Guys, we got breaking news. NIO got added to the S&P 500 of China. It is one of the 500 strongest companies of China. Holy moly macaroni. I'll talk about that. We are also going to talk about some other updates, inventory cars of the ES8, what kind of specifications they have, and that kind of juicy information in this video. So make sure you smash that like button, all right? So first of all, big news. NIO just got added to the S&P 500 of China. They are ranked 367 for like top 500 companies. So that's pretty good ranking. And then the Financial Times actually ranks them 269 out of the 500 top companies of China. And what's very interesting is that guys like XPeng, Li Auto, Leapmotor, these guys that sell a lot more cars than NIO, they're not in this. They're not in the top 500 company, despite these guys having bigger market caps than NIO. So what does this have to say? All right. And what is this implying? All right. So first of all, it is they made this list because of their high investment in R&D and their tech. So this really validates the bullish thesis that NIO's tech is just absolutely insane. All right, NIO's got some of the best tech, best innovation out there in China, at least. All right, they don't do like copycatting, that kind of stuff. They do it all originally. They have their own patents and all that kind of stuff. And also, I think part of that is also the quality. All right, the quality of the products, right? Much better quality compared to some of the other guys on this list, namely Li Auto. And this is pretty big news, all right? That's just coming here in China. You guys got to hear this out. So, Li Auto, they're going to launch the i6 later on this month. And I'll be honest, it looks much better than the i8 or the Li Auto Mega. However, it is reported, it has been exposed that this will also do battery mix-up that the Li Auto L6 does, which means they'll be using CATL batteries and also some non-CATL batteries, and it's going to be random. And boy, oh boy, of course, if you're a customer, of course you want the CATL battery because, you know, those batteries are much better and last much longer and much safer. So, but it's random. You don't know which kind of battery you're going to get. It's kind of like a mystery box. And what you're seeing right now here in China is that some people that have the L6, you know, they buy the car, but then the one with the non-CATL battery, the battery degrades much more, and then the resale price of the car is much, much worse than the same car with a CATL battery that even has more mileage, which is absolutely crazy. So, of course, a lot of people were very upset about this with the L6, and it seems like this is going to happen with the i6 as well. I think this is more for cost reduction to be profitable. And, you know, a lot of Chinese companies do these kind of devious things to fool customers, to trick customers, and really gives China a bad reputation and really emphasizes the stigma made in China, right? So that got exposed, so we'll have to see if that impacts the i6 sales going forward. So, you know, that could be also one of the reasons why Li Auto didn't make the list, all right? So keep that in mind. And what this all means for you guys as investors is that you guys picked the right company, guys, all right? XPeng, Li Auto, they didn't make the cut. Neither did Leapmotor. They didn't make the cut. They're not considered one of the top 500 companies in China. NIO is. So, yeah, take it for what it's worth. That's very, very good. All right. Okay, so moving on to some other news. ES8 test drives just super, super popular right now. And they're trying to get people to test drive other cars as well. But it's very hard. I mean, like, the EC7 price, base price, is even more expensive than the top tier ES8 price. That's how crazy it is. So the entry price for the EC7 is more expensive than the maximum price you can pay for the ES8. the new 3rd gen ES8. And the ES8 is much better in terms of specs, right? New features, new tech, new comfort, everything is much better. So it's kind of the no-brainer, right? Why would you still buy the EC7? Even though the EC7 is like my dream car, it's kind of like, man, well, like I save money and I get a better car if I go to the ES8 and more storage space. So they're really trying to get people to test drive the other vehicles. They're trying to sell those other vehicles. And if you test drive those vehicles, you get some freebies. So that's what they're doing. It's just a test drive freebies. And some of them are pretty nice. Kind of makes me want to go test drive the car. But of course, we shouldn't really take advantage of NIO and fleece. Don't really want to do that. But some people are definitely out there to fleece NIO and get those freebies. But yeah, I'm not one of them. So that is the test drive stats. And then now let's move into the ES8 information. So there's a lot of inventory cars prepared. It's already at the delivery centers, ready to go. Basically, whoever locks in the orders first, if there's one that's available with the same specifications, you can basically take delivery the next day on the 21st. And according to NIO management, here is the breakdown of the like what kind of options that are available for the inventory cars. So according to NIO's top management, 100% of the inventory cars have the NOMI head. 70% have the luggage rack on top of the car. And then in terms of colors, most of them are the black color and some of them are gray. And the interior colors, most of them are the red color. Some of them are brown. And then 60% are signature version and 40% are the luxury version, aka the base version. And then out of the base version, the luxury version, 80% have chosen special rims and 20% have the default rims. And then the signature version is about 60%. So make sure you pick that if you want the car on the day of the launch. Out of the luxury version, only 4% are the 7-seaters. And the 6-seaters, 36%. So basically, don't pick the 7-seaters. You're not going to get a car on the day of the launch. And then basically, it's first come, first serve. Whoever gets to lock in their orders the fastest will be able to take delivery of the car immediately. Now, rumor has it there's about 10,000 inventory cars pre-made. Hopefully, there's more. And also, there's rumors that NIO's actual price of the ES8 will be 7,000 to 14,000 RMB cheaper than the pre-sale price, which will also be a big shocker if that is indeed the case. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.